Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video. We're talking about some newly shown Marvel Legends figures. This time we have the first wave of the Infinity War Marvel Legends. This is very exciting. Usually, when we see like the first images of Marvel Legends figures, they're like official images or they're figures on display at an event. And so it's very rare to actually get the first images of the figures being the in-package photos. And that's exactly what we have here. We don't just have a few. We have the entire wave, all in package, all full, good, solid images, which is very cool and very exciting. So there's a lot to talk about here. I'm very excited for Infinity War. It's my most anticipated movie of the year, and I'm of course then in turn looking forward to the figure line. And of course, as you can see from that little purple mug down there, Thanos is the Build-A-Figure of the Infinity War wave. I think if Thanos wasn't the Build-A-Figure, we would have the right to riot. But luckily, Hasbro won't have that issue on their hands, as they have made Thanos, the Mad Titan, the Build-A-Figure. So before we go into that actual Thanos Build-A-Figure, I'll talk about it briefly here. We actually don't have a good shot of him completed. We have one small image of the back of the packaging, so you can kind of see what he looks like. But for the most part, we just have the images of his parts individually. I'll probably make a separate video when we get a good shot of him complete. But as far as that face sculpt goes, we'll get a better image of that. But it does look quite nice. I do like the sculpt of it. Captain America here. This is very exciting. As you can see from that piece on the left, originally I thought that possibly was just like a piece to Thanos' costume, but actually taking a look at it, it does appear to be Cap's new shield, which is very exciting, and I believe it will be able to split into two, and he'll be able to hold it in his hands like gauntlets, similar to what we see in the trailer. To me, that doesn't really fit Captain America, in my opinion. It does fit Wakanda, though. I think that it has that Wakanda look to it, and that is where I believe he's going to get that shield. So I do like the Wakanda aspects of it, and if Cap's role in this movie is really in Wakanda for the most part, that would kind of fit. But overall, it doesn't fit Captain America too well for me personally. His head sculpt looks very good. I think the majority of this figure is new. If there are reused parts, it's in the torso and possibly the legs. But the head and then the arms for sure are 100% new, and they do look quite nice. I do like the rolled up sleeves, and of course Cap's new facial expression, or facial hair, I think does look quite neat. And as you can see, he does come with a couple interchangeable hands. I do like the packaging too, the nice Infinity War logo, and you get the purple design. Then we have Iron Man. I don't remember what mark this is. Like, I want to say Mark 28 or something. I'm not sure. Overall, though, this is looking like a nice Iron Man figure. As far as paint's concerned, it looks rather shiny, a little bit more shiny than your average Marvel Legends Iron Man figure. He doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece. He's the only one that doesn't. For me, personally, I don't think that he looks, he doesn't excite me, at least. Just because it's a very similar armor to the Mark 46, and although it's a new sculpt, it doesn't look like there's a ton new, just, other than details. And therefore, I'm not super excited for it. If when you get him out of package, he has like the crazy back wing armor like we have seen in some of the concept art, then this figure might be interesting enough to purchase. But for me personally, without a Build-A-Figure piece, I might skip this one, or at least wait for a good sale. Then we have Spider-Man in his Iron Spider-Man suit, basically. I'm personally not a fan of the suit. I don't like it. I think that it doesn't look good. It doesn't really fit Spider-Man, and it doesn't really look like the Iron Spider-Man suit from the comics. So for me personally, it's the worst of all the worlds. But that's just me, because a lot of people seem to be pretty into it. I do think that this is a new sculpt, but it's new just based on the fact that the detail in it, like the raised lines, the line work is new. But overall, the overall aesthetic, the design is very similar to our past Spider-Man figures, so I do believe it's a new sculpt, but I think it's just new based on the details and not like anything major. And unfortunately, it doesn't come with anything, not even extra hands, so you have to have him left with these kind of web shooting hands, which is very disappointing. Then we have the one that I'm most excited for and most interested in. We have Proxima Midnight. This is one of the Black Order members, one of Thanos' 4 adopted children that are out to hunt down the remaining Infinity Stones. So this is quite exciting. This is one that I really wanted, but I wasn't expecting. I didn't expect to get this one. Obviously, it's just it's not a figure that I would think that they would make, considering they have so many other figures to make, because obviously this movie is so heavily populated with Marvel characters. But I'm very excited to see that they're making a Proxima Midnight. As you can see, she looks like she has tremendous detail throughout the costume. Looks like there's a ton of texture in there, which is awesome. Her spear is rather large and really takes up the entire box. Even the figure herself, she takes up quite a large portion of the box too. Like, her head almost touches the top there, and her legs go way past that. I mean, you look at Spider-Man, lots of space up, lots of space below. So she's obviously going to be a tall figure, which is quite cool. And she comes with the biggest Build-A-Figure piece, which I find very odd. I don't know why she doesn't come with like an arm or something, but or a head, you know. But yeah, she does come with the torso for Thanos, which is cool. I'm hoping that they do make the other Black Order members. I'm not holding out hope. I have hope for one more. I have hope for the person that she's like married to, the one that is like she's tag teaming Vision with in the trailer. He looks pretty cool. He seems to be like the other main member of the Black Order unit, and then the very large one, and then the one that's more smart. I think that those two we probably won't get figures for. If we were to get figures of them, the big one would obviously have to be like the Build-A-Figure of a wave. And I think that, you know, I think that they're going to do more Infinity War waves, but I think that one of those waves is definitely going to have the Build-A-Figure be the new Hulkbuster. So you know, I'm not holding out hope for it, but I'm certainly I'm hoping, but I'm not expecting, essentially. But overall, even if we just get this one Black Order member, I'll be very happy, because that's, you know, more than I expected to get. Here's a closer shot of her face. We really don't have any, like, really good shots of her face, other than on the statue, and in that very quick shot of her in the trailer when she throws the spear. But overall, I do think that that looks like a decent sculpt, but I need to see a nice shot of her in the movie beforehand. Here's King Cobra. He looks pretty interesting. You know, I wish that this wave was just movie figures, but I understand that it can't be, so I'm not going to complain about that. But overall, I think that he looks decent. I like his paint. You know, character-wise, he's kind of cool as far as the fact that he's a member of a evil organization, which I kind of have an affinity for. But overall, he looks interesting. I like the paint. What's more interesting is the arm that he comes with is obviously the one that has the Infinity Gauntlet from Thanos. As you can see, it's fully gemmed out. He's got them all. He's got all of his accessories on. My issue is I wish that he came with a second hand sculpt where he's got more of an expression with his hand, like he's using the force of it or something. It's a shame that the only one that we get is a fist. Then we have Taskmaster. I'm excited for Taskmaster. The Taskmaster that came out in the Onslaught wave was wonderful. I really loved it, but it wasn't the classic Taskmaster as far as his suit. And, you know, I really didn't like that new version. I mean, it was cool, but I prefer the classic Taskmaster suit, so it's nice to get one like that. And that certainly is. And it's mainly a repaint. I mean, the majority of it is a repaint. The new head sculpt, though, but all the accessories... Some of the straps might be new, and then the base of the figure is definitely a repaint. Then you have Songbird. Songbird doesn't do anything for me. She doesn't excite me. I don't know much about the character. Even the wings, although they're large and they seem to be a little bulky, they don't do anything. They're very flat looking, and then they're just a straight up translucent pink. So, for me personally, that doesn't excite me. We do have the back of the package image. That's the only small shot that we have of Thanos complete. It's hard to see, I can, based on seeing the pieces, you can kind of get a feel for what he's going to look like, but I probably will make a separate video when we get a nice shot of him fully complete. As you can see, the wave, though, consists of 7 figures. Iron Man doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece. You only need to buy 6 figures to complete Thanos, and this wave is split between 4 movie figures, 3 comic figures, and 1 movie BAF. Then we have a closer image of the Thanos head sculpt, which is nice. I do think it looks pretty good. I like the sculpting on it. I like the shade of purple. I like the somewhat smirk. Like, it's not too extreme. Like, they didn't go full smirk. They didn't go full scowl. They kind of went in between, a little bit more favoring a smirk. So I do like that. I think that that's a nice ratio. The eyes look a little odd with the white pupils. It looks a little weird. Like, I don't know if that's a flash or what that is with the eyes there. They look interesting, but they just, I don't certainly... His eyes almost look glowing, and in the movie, I really didn't see them glow, unless when he completes the gauntlet, like his eyes start to glow or something. That would be really cool. But overall, it does look very nice. I do like it quite a bit. In general, I think that this wave is looking really great. I'm quite excited for it. I think that it's a nice ratio of figures, and the majority of them I'm really excited for. Like, 2 of the figures I'm really excited for. Like, 3 of the figures I'm pretty excited for, and then 2 of the figures I'm not too interested in. And then the Build-A-Figure I'm immensely excited for. So overall, that's a really good ratio for me, especially since the one figure that is in the I'm not looking forward to category is the one that doesn't come with the Build-A-Figure piece. So I don't even need to buy it, essentially. overall, really looking forward to this wave. Cannot wait to see more waves from Infinity War. Really hoping that we get a nice, cool new Hulkbuster Build-A-Figure. The first Hulkbuster Build-A-Figure is my favorite Marvel Legends figure, so to get a new one that's hopefully just as good quality-wise would be excellent. And then the rest of the Black Order would be fantastic as well. But we'll have to see. Very excited to see these figures. Let me know what you guys think of them. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions, and I'd also love to hear what you guys would like to see from a future wave. Hoping for Teen Groot and the rest of the Black Order. Alright, thanks so much guys, and enjoy.